All right, welcome back. I know for you guys it's been instantaneous. For me, it's actually been four. Actually, we're on day five. We're 5 days later. And as you see here, I still have some seeds. So we're going to go ahead and talk over what's been going on. So, the Naval haze that I was trying to sprout, we're going to take one last look at it. Usually, seeds sprout if they're viable with 24 to like 72 hours. Usually, you'll have a sprout of some way, shape, or form. We're going to go ahead and reopen this up. I've been checking this daily, trying, the paper towel is not in bad shape. It's still moist. It's not, I've been keeping it near something to keep it a little on the warmer side. But here we are. Nothing. This has been 4 days, and we have no germination at all. So I don't know if this is just seeds that are old. It was like old seeds that, anytime that you're 2 years out on a seed, your viability on the seed starts dropping. Could this be? This was a free seed from Greenhouse Genetics, and the Naval haze did not sprout properly. It is a offshoot of almost purple haze. So that one is a dud. Now let's go ahead and check out Mango Haze, which is Mango Kush and Naval Haze blended together for a cross. I was kind of hoping on getting one of these hazes. I really was. A good haze is hard to come by, so I will be, maybe my next grow, I might do a haze grow. I wish I had more than one tent, because if I had more than one tent, I would definitely do a haze grow and a nice indica grow. So here is the Mango Haze. And I'm just trying to take a look at it. And yeah, no. So again, Mango Haze. No germination. Yeah, this is in 3 days. So, actually, no. The Mango Haze, this is 4 days. The Naval Haze is 5 days, and has not sprouted. So, unfortunately, the hazes did not work. This happens. Both of these were free seeds. So I'm okay. I'm kind of okay with it. I'm disappointed in Greenhouse Genetic Seed Company with the genetics. I mean, everything else was like a superstar trying to pop. I did have a problem with the Bubba Slush not wanting to sprout. Took 2 seeds, so it looks like for the Bubba Slush through Greenhouse Seed Company that they have about a 50-50 chance on sprouting. Pulp Friction and the Wonder Pie, they were like rock stars. Wonder Pie like sprouted in 24 hours with a taproot that was at least a 1/4 inch long. This one almost did the same thing with the Pulp Friction. Pulp Friction, I was giving them these ones a 24 hours, and oh my god. Superstar. We have a long taproot. That means I got to make my hole about the length of that taproot. And 1 second, I got to get my tweezers. I forgot tweezers. I have to grab them over here. All right, got my tweezers. Now let's go ahead, and I know my seed length is gonna be somewhere around here. And I make a little hole about the length that it needs to be. This is where I just take it very carefully. You don't want it to really hurt anything. And I'm going to bury this with the seed a little into the air. You can do it like this because the taproot's so long, it'll harden off. And then you take a little bit of water and you water it in. And this will help seal the hole to the roots. Just give it a good soaking. This is where you get it like a good saturation level. There we go. I do it like a little extra so that I get like a couple of drips of runoff. Not a whole lot. You don't need a lot. And then from here, because we're going to be putting it into incubation, and I'll show you this in a second, guys. So I like to wet this because this, once you put the humidity dome on here, it gets the humidity really nice and it helps it free itself from the shell. So let's go ahead and get it into the germination area. All right, so here's my little germination area. And we can see that I've got humidity. It's at 74, at 74% humidity at 71, 72 degrees. There it is, labeled, sitting in the dirt. Sitting in there. Now I do spray the top of the dome and I spray the bottom of the tray. I'm not trying to spray the pot. What I'm trying to do is have all this extra moisture in here for the early stages to increase the humidity to around 80-85% humidity, just until the seed comes off. As soon as the seed shell comes off, I drop it down to about 70% humidity. So that is pro tip right there. You want the seed to come off really nicely, get the humidity up a little higher, and that seed will come off, it'll soften up, it'll open up its cotyledon leaves, and it'll be off to the races. And as it starts producing its true leaves and going into vegetation, now from this point until vegetative state is a week to 2 weeks, depending on your genetics. A week to 2 weeks to get into it. It depends on how quickly it wants to produce its second set of true leaves. Once it goes to its, basically its first set of actual cannabis style leaves, that's when you can start counting it being into its vegetative state. And that takes typically 1 to 2 weeks, depending on genetics, like I said. So let's just go do a quick recap. All right, so as a quick recap, I was able to get the Wonder Pie and the Bubba Slush and the Pulp Friction to All Sprout Pulp Friction. Very good, strong genetics, probably fresh seeds. And the Wonder Pie was another overachiever. So those two genetics so far seem to be the ones that put a really good taproot out within 24 hours. The Bubba Slush took about 2 days to get a good tail on it, and 2 different seeds. Now, you guys might be thinking, oh my God, what's going on with with the different timings, you didn't put all the plants into its first pot at the same time. Now everything's going to be off. I wouldn't really worry about it. You can have your plants be a week or two off from each other from when you flip into veg. It just means they're going to be a little bit of a shorter plant, and you're not going to have as much yield as if it went to the full amount of vegetative. So if you're doing a 6 week to a 6 week to an 8 week veg, and you're missing a week and a half on a set of plants, don't stress out over it. It's okay. It's about the, how good did they grow before you flipped it into flower? Did they have any stressors? Are they healthy? Because even a plant that might be a week or two behind on it, they usually catch up pretty decently when you flip them into flower and they stretch. You'll find that a plant that's a week off from each other, they'll be within margin of the same height overall. So you might be, looking at maybe a 3-inch difference when it goes to stretch. Are you really losing a whole lot in that 3-inch stretch? It's nominal. So I mean, we're not commercial growers. If we were in a commercial setting, it's not that you're trying to get you just want everything to finish up and go into the same stages at the same time. So as a home grower, we have a little bit more flexibility. So we can sit there and experiment things that may or may not work, whatever. And as long as you get, plants in the tent, you'll have maybe one plant that might be, like I said, 2, maybe 3 inches shorter. To me, I don't really care. Some other people, it doesn't look right. My OCD is kicking in. I got to have a perfect tent. It's got to be picture perfect. That's not what I'm going for. I want some variety in my tent. And I enjoy actually watching these plants grow and finish. Watching the fade back on there is amazing, and we will go through some of that. Let's go ahead and show you the 3 plants that are currently in the tent, sitting at about 65% humidity, with the PPFD sitting right around I would say like right around 230 ppfd for the seedlings. Like I said, until they go into vegetative, I'm really not going to push the light any further than where it's at until I see a true leaf. Right now, it's got its cotyledon leaf, and then it's got its first single leaf that it sprouts out afterwards. One of them is working, the Wonder Pie is working on its second set of leaves, and I think that's its true leaves. And I'm going to try to let everything catch up, and we got one little runt. Seems to be the Bubba Slush, which is the Bubba Kush and Gelato. Seems to be a little bit of a runt, which I'm okay with. I actually had to peel the shell off, and the little like skin coating that keeps the cotyledon leaves closed in the shell. So I pulled that off, and then the cotyledon leaves opened up, and I mean, it looks like it's doing stuff, but it's definitely not happy, because it should have hucked the shell off a lot faster, and it seemed to not like it. These things happen. It's called growing. It's not like, it's not rocket science, but at the same time, it's all about the genetics. So let's check out those plants and then finish up. That one's going to get upgraded. I have 2 more of these coming in, and then I'll explain all of this stuff in another video. This is some more pro tip stuff over here for you guys, but we're here to see these bad boys. Here are the ladies. So here we have, it's actually got its, there we go, its second set of leaves coming in over here. This one is just starting to catch its second set of leaves in there, if it'll focus. There we go. It's hard to see right down in the little crook down in there. There's a second set of leaves. And then here is the little dwarfy Bubba Slush. The cotyledon leaves, for some reason, are not happy. but it's still got its first set of leaves, first set of leaves sprouting. So go baby go. I'm hoping, I'm rooting for this one. This will be a runty one, I think, and I'm okay with the runts. I'm really okay. I'll keep this one up in the front so that I can monitor it and make sure that it's got proper lighting on it and all that good stuff. Everything that goes into the back is going to get a single spider farmer. It's the S2000 or something like that, or yeah, the SP2000, which that'll be back there, giving light back there. And then I will have two Mars Hydros like this. And I took the power supply off of this, and I have it moved out of the tent, trying to keep some of the heat out of the tent. Some more pro tips. We will go over tent setups here in another video. So definitely smash that lizard like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and I will see you awesome people on the next one. Yo.